Hi, my name is Melissa Wilson, and on behalf of our entire group, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to present the iDog, our solution to bring positive change to the problem of aging in place. We are very excited about this concept and hope that after this presentation, you will be too. Throughout this presentation, you will not only be hearing our solution to the aging in place problem, but we will also walk you through the journey, a process that we have come to know as design thinking. When we were first posed with this problem, it seemed like a daunting task, almost impossible to solve. Surely if there was a solution for aging in place, it would have been capitalized on by now. We spent the first week researching and diving into the problem, really seeking to understand the key factors that define what it means to age in place. We watched documentaries and read articles that showed the magnitude of the problem we were facing. Our research and review of sources showed our team that while the aging in place experience is unique to each person, there are a few universal themes such as frailty, immobility, loss of independence, loneliness, and isolation. From our research, we gathered ideas on how society can be more empathetic and sensitive to the needs of an aging population. Through this insight, we recognized the need for a product that would offer them the ability to live in one's own home and community safely, independently, and comfortably. This product would meet the need regardless of age, income, or ability level. Through the Discover process, our group designed interview questions that would allow us to gain insight into the daily lives and emotions of our respondents. The initial research that was done and subsequent interviews that followed allowed our group the opportunity to take ownership of this problem and seek real, effective solutions. At this time, I would like to turn it over to Kristen, who will be sharing the ins and the outs of our Define process.
Hello, my name is Kristen Papke, and I'm going to talk about the Define phase of our Aging in Place project. First, we created a single interview guide to be used by each member of our team to interview one respondent that fit our criteria for aging in place. Our interviews were designed to gain a sense of how much seniors' homes and communities mean to them, and how the possibility and eventuality of having to leave their home and community due to needs related to aging affects seniors, emotionally, attitudinally, physically, and behaviorally. Our specific sequence of questions were posed for us to feel empathy, so that we could best gain insights into the motivations and emotions of our respondents. Our sequence for each 30 to 45-minute interview went like this. First, we spent a couple of minutes introducing our project to the senior so they would know what to expect. Then we posed 6 questions about lifestyle, followed by 5 questions about social engagement, and then we posed 9 questions about home and community before concluding the interviews. Our team then came together to create empathy maps for the individuals we interviewed. Our empathy maps described facts about our interviewee, including name, age, gender, city, where interviewed, years in home, and marital status. We filled in empathy maps adapted from X-Plane to capture insights from our interviews. The slide you see here shows an example of one of our team members' empathy map, from which we unpacked information about how our senior thinks and feels, hears, says and does, experiences pain, experiences gain, and what they see in their day-to-day lifestyle. Next, we were able to gather information for our composite character profile. We each prepared a summary describing the individual we interviewed. From there, we developed a composite character, Janet Hoffman, an 82-year-old widowed female who values her independence and connection with family and friends above all else. Living alone in a practical, single-story residence, Janet takes pride in staying mentally, spiritually, and physically active. She is active in her church and relies on her faith to limit fears of immobility and deteriorating health. Janet's finances are in order, and she relies on family to help manage her investments and property assets. She does use technology, but feels that the pace of change makes it difficult to keep up. Her mobility has slowed somewhat in recent years due to aging, but she is otherwise in good health. Janet's main concern is losing her independence. She would never want or expect her children to take care of her, and she would prefer live-in assistance when that becomes necessary. After developing a composite character profile, our group was able to formulate our key takeaways, which encapsulated key findings, needs, and insights about the experience of aging in place.
Hello, my name is Thomas Augustiniak. After completing the Define section, our group proceeded to the Create section. We used the POV statement to develop a concise problem statement called How Might We? HMW statement. After each group member brainstormed 3 to 5 HMWs, we drew out our top 5. From our top 5, we created our final HMW. How might we support and promote a modernized yet comforting in-home living experience that seeks to reduce isolation and loneliness as well as enhance mental and physical wellness? We selected this HMW because it opens the doors to many opportunities, yet helps seniors feel secure in their own environments. It most closely addresses the need and insight sections of our POV statements. With our HMWs selected, we proceeded to brainstorm. Here are our brainstorm ideas categorized into 4 sections: technology, in-house support, community events, and mobility/transportation. Working together in our Google Docs master document, we spent a silent 20 minutes typing our ideas, each in our own sections about ways in which modern tools, technologies, or gadgets, or other ideas might support a senior living alone or with a caregiver in their home. We thought wide and went for quantity, generating a list of approximately 56 ideas. Some were smaller and safe, some were wild and interesting. We did not consider feasibility, costs, or other similar constraints. We removed all filters, jotting down individually everything that came to mind that would support our final HMW statement. We then concluded on 9 top brainstorm ideas. From these brainstorm ideas, we created multiple ideas, which ultimately led to a technologically equipped service emotional support dog. This was the aha moment for the team because the idea captured our POV very well. The main attributes is a harness-style vest with technology that will enhance a senior's quality of life. We brainstormed multiple ideas and chose our 5 favorites. Our final idea is a service/emotional support dog equipped with technology that is trained and customized for the person. Reminds the seniors when to take medication, eat, encourages daily physical activity, will interact with smart home capability, and brings a sense of security. And finally, we created our rough prototype with iDog named Hugo. The harness boasts our top attributes. This rough prototype will then be shared to respondents in the Evaluate section.
My name is Nick, and I am covering the Evaluate phase. In the fourth segment of the design thinking model, we set out to create a test plan that outlines what and how we plan to evaluate with the iDog vest. After creating the goal, we built a test plan and determined how the surveys would be conducted. After surveying respondents, we sorted feedback into a capture grid. The grid allowed our group to find positive attributes, changes, questions, and new ideas that we used in later iterations. Finally, we took the feedback to determine the next steps in the design thinking process. Having both the POV statement and the iDog vest design, we shared the product with numerous people. The questionnaire included 4 relevant prompts that solicited responses that could aid in building the feedback grid. Surveying was done through in-person, over the phone, or via social media. In total, we collected 21 responses, the majority of which came from social media. Reflecting on the goal of conducting the surveys with limited bias, we believe that these responses were likely the least guided, as they included only the 4 questions and the image. This reduced the possibility of selling our idea. The prototype received general approval, as well as several suggested adjustments, questions, and concerns. Recurring thoughts are noted here, and similar comments are grouped into the same main idea. For positives, respondents liked the idea of the vest as it helped with daily needs, thought the dog would be a good companion, and that it had useful features. For changes, most concerns centered around the dog's comfort, the simplicity of use, and design modifications related to customization and ease of use. For questions, respondents raised concerns about required training for the dog, care for the animal, and the construction of the vest to include the type of fabric used and how it would be attached to the animal. For ideas, feedback included design improvements such as adding braille to the pockets, allowing family members to access the technology features in the vest, as well as making it accessible for more people through different price points. As stated before, the iDog vest received positive feedback along with insightful suggestions for improvements. We anticipated this type of feedback as this was the first public beta. The surveys validated that the product is correct and that we are moving in the right direction to addressing the needs stated in the POV. Going back to the discovery phase may be warranted to gain more insight into what the customer needs and continue to redefine our direction. As the next prototypes continue to reshape the product, this cycle will continue before making a real-life product for in-home testing. At this point, more evaluation and changes will likely take place.
My name is Calvin Smith, and I will be discussing our group's reflections on the aging in place process. Firstly, I will be going over our group's expectations. Our group expected that our product will be geared more toward a device of comfort. We anticipated that our senior would want to slow down their activity level as opposed to increasing it. Therefore, prior to interviewing our senior, we thought that our product would be enhancing the capability of things such as increasing the capability of walkers. 1, by making them more comfortable to use. 2, making them lightweight and more portable. 3, increasing their functionality on different types of terrain. And 4, of course, making them more aesthetically pleasing. Another idea we had was creating the perfect shoe for our senior. We considered tailoring the shoe to the specifications of the senior's foot. We wanted a shoe that increases the senior's balance. We wanted to make the shoe as comfortable as possible for our senior, while also increasing its durability. We wanted the shoe to be lightweight, and of course, we wanted the aesthetics of the shoe to match our senior's taste. After our group gathered information from our senior, we were surprised to find that our senior was more interested in a product that aided in the senior's ability to be active and independent, as opposed to our preconceived notion that our senior would be more interested in a product that essentially made slowing down more comfortable. Given the information we gathered from our senior, that is, to be more active and independent, our group began brainstorming some products that will accomplish this. During our discussions, we made some corrections along the way. The following slides illustrate some of the pivots we made to get to our final product. The first correction we made was pivoting from human aid to an interactive house. We made this pivot for the following reasons. 1. Around-the-clock home aid is expensive. 2. There may be a personality conflict between the senior and the human aid. 3. Human aid may take away from our seniors' feelings of independence. Therefore, we came up with the idea of a smart home for the following reasons. 1. Having an interactive home is cheaper than around-the-clock home aid. 2. It aids in our seniors' desire to be more independent. The second correction we made was pivoting from a smart home to designing or breeding the ideal dog for our senior. We made this pivot for the following reasons. 1. A smart home is more expensive than a dog. 2. A dog aids in the senior's desire to be more active. And 3. A dog would provide a sense of companionship that a smart home would not. The third correction we made was pivoting from designing a dog to enhancing the capability of the dog the senior already has. Essentially, instead of creating a super dog, we created a bat belt for dogs, or as we like to call it, the iDog vest. We made this pivot for the following reasons. 1. Our senior has a dog she has already developed a relationship with. 2. An iDog vest is less expensive than a custom-bred dog. 3. The iDog vest would increase the functionality of the dog. We found the following worked with our group. 1. Understanding our seniors' personality and their need for independence. 2. Understanding our seniors' financial situation. And 3. Utilization of our seniors' dog. Of course, all of this would not have been discovered without actively engaging with our senior. We found the following didn't work for our group. 1. Significantly increasing our seniors' expenses. 2. Ideas that impeded on our seniors' independence. When our group discussed what we would have done differently, we agreed that we would have immersed ourselves in our seniors' lifestyle. We relied a lot on discussions with our senior to create our product. We feel if we would have immersed ourselves more in the lifestyle of our senior, we would have been able to connect with them on a deeper level. Our group agrees that design thinking is a great tool to use to resolve problems and to accomplish goals. Some ways our group thinks we can apply design thinking are 1. Improving our health and activity level. 2. Improving our finances. And 3. Creating tools and processes that help us accomplish our goals. Our group is interested in some of the ways you would employ design thinking in your life. Please leave a comment below listing some of your ideas. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.